Hey guys, welcome to this video. I'm Cam Hawkins from Trading Nut. We're going to walk you through a strategy here today. I'm going to show you how I automated it, and you're also going to see how it performs. So guys, you're about to learn all that stuff coming right up here on Trading Nut. Hey folks, this episode is sponsored by City Traders Imperium. Now, what you might not know is CTI has the best funded account conditions up to $2 million, which is the most in the industry. Now, go check out the video I recorded with them to learn more about their incredible package where Trading Nut listeners get an exclusive deal. It includes access to their high-performance trader mastermind and funding program. What are you waiting for? Click the link in the description below or above and go check out that video. Right guys, so the strategy, you can see it in front of you. Now I've called this the Swill EA. I'm going to show you how it works quickly, and then we're going to dive into where I found it and how I discovered the strategy, and then I'm going to show you how it looks when I automated the whole thing and how it plays out on a few trades and some of the things I did to it to make it a bit more flexible. So to start off, how does this thing work? So what I'm going to do is just draw on this little chart here with my tool, and the way it works is we're looking for a trend here. So we're looking for the 7 EMA to be above, it's a fast EMA. They use 7 and a 20 here as their examples, so you could use whatever. So anyway, they're looking for that to be, the 7 to be above the 20. They're waiting for price to be above both of those. Well, actually, I sort of added that rule in. Then they're wanting price to come back in, close within that 7 and 20. When it does that, we go, okay, great, now we can draw a trend line. And so they're drawing a trend line from a recent high, and then I don't know how they're drawing that trend line, but that's how they're drawing the trend line here. And there's a few other rules. So they want the daily candle for the prior day to be up. So imagine if there's a daily candle there, they want that to be up. We could be here. This for buy trades and down for sell trades. So that's your bullish sort of daily candle on the prior day. So we know we're going to trade here on the 5-minute time frame, very low time frame. The bullish trades only, going long only. They also want to see the RSI, and I think this is RSI 8, to be above the 50. So there's a 50 level there. So this is clearly above it. Yep. And then also the MFI, which is the money flow index, to be above 50 as well. At which point you are waiting for the candle to close above the trend line, and you enter the trade with a stop loss. And I think they weren't quite clear on this, but let's just say I'm using the swing low here, and you could do a take profit of whatever you want, really, sort of like 1-to-1 or 1-to-2, whatever that is. Okay, so that's the trade setup. Okay, what I've done is automated the whole thing, so I don't need to do any of the analysis. I don't need to wait around. They recommended lower time frame, so this is perfect if you're at the beach or doing something relaxing. You can have this thing running in the background. Now, where did I find it? Well, what I did was I asked my members of Trading Nuts Robot Builders Club, guys that I teach how to build trading robots like I've just done here today, and you're about to see. I asked them, like every month I build a trading robot for them, and I asked them, hey guys, what do you want me to build? Let me know a strategy. And somebody sent through the strategy. It was from Forex Factory. It was called the Trendline Scalping System, posted back in April 28. It's had 54 pages of thread conversation. I didn't get past the first page. I literally followed these rules here. It took me probably about half an hour to get the base level strategy down, and then a few more hours to tweak it to make sure it all worked perfectly. And there was things here that obviously aren't written down that you need to account for when you're building robots. So yeah, anyway, we're going to get to see how this worked, what I changed about the strategy to, it's pretty much exactly the same as what it says here, but I changed a few things to make it a bit more flexible. And I'm sure if you spent the time and went through this 54-page thread on here, Forex Factory, you'd probably find some enhancements you could add to the strategy as well, which my Robot Builder Club members can also do, and then potentially make this thing an absolute beast. So let's jump into a price chart, see what it does when you've got it automated and trading for you. Hey guys, quick message from my sponsor Sage Capital. Now, they provide education software and tools needed to increase anyone's ability to trade more successfully. Perfect for people who are either still learning, too busy, or just want to use professional grade strategies to build passive income. They've achieved high returns with relatively low risk and are available for auto copying today. Go to sagecapital.co.uk or click the link above and start auto trading today. All right, guys, here we are in MetaTrader 4. This is the Swill EA, is what I've called it, SWILL. Here are some of the, some of the settings that I've used for this EA. So what I've managed to do, and I won't go through them in detail here, is I've put a toggle on and off for the time frame filter. So I mentioned that time frame filter, the higher time frame candle being bullish. So if it's a daily candle being bullish or a 4-hour, you can toggle that. You can also toggle the time frame as well. The MFI and the RSI are also toggles, so you can turn them on and off. You can change the fast and slow EMA settings. You can also change the entry EMA settings if you want. And then there's some controlling blocks here for the trend line, so how you're going to place that trend line. In fact, what I've done, it's a bit of a cheat, is I've used the angle trend line here to draw the trend line, as opposed to trying to draw the trend line connecting points. It's just a lot easier. There are some drawbacks with it, but this I found to be a lot easier than trying to connect a random trend line that the robot might not be able to do. Then we've got active bars here as well, so like we don't want this trend line to be active forever, so we need to kill it at some point. And then you got your trade settings at the bottom. So let's jump into this. And I did have two sort of different kinds of trades. So we had the swing low exit. So this is a swing low stop loss, and then we had a average true range stop loss as well. So you can trade either one of those two strategies. They give you a slightly different, or give you a completely different outcome. Okay, so let's come out of this and jump into a test. We'll run a test on the very basic settings and show you what that looks like. So let me just turn that to false. So this is going to take all the trades. I don't think there's anything else. So we're going to use the swing low stop loss. We've got a take profit percentage here of 100. We're going to look at the last 10 candles back, and we're going to have an ATR buffer on that swing low, which is, I can talk to you about that in a second as well. So let's go OK. Let's just hit start on this test. This is every tick. Now, the downside of this robot is that you need to test it in visual mode. For whatever reason, it doesn't want to take trades when it's not in visual mode, and I'm pretty sure it's to do with that angle trend line. Okay, so that's the downside of the robot, is we can't do a lot of testing. It takes a long time to do a lot of testing. You can do once per bar because it is a bar by bar strategy. So it's only entering at the close of the bars, so you can do once per bar in the testing, which is going to be a lot faster. So let's just have a look at this. So we've entered a couple of trades here. So that one's taken profit. So if we go back and have a look, you can see here that's our swing low for this trade. Right, but we haven't taken the swing low. We've got a buffer there of 4.5 pips, which is our ATR buffer that I mentioned. Same thing happens here. We've got a buffer of 7, and that's based on the range of these the last I think, was it 14 or 20 candles or something. So let's hit play again and see what we're doing here. So we are above the moving average at this point. Both of them are up, which we're looking for buy trades. The prior day is bullish, I'm pretty sure, so that's where we entered the day, that's where we exited it, only just bullish. So we're bullish, so we're only looking to take buy trades. So we're above the EMAs. Now we come back and close within those EMAs, which is the next sort of thing here. So at this candle here, when it closes, it will close within, and we'll draw our trend line probably from this point here, and we're looking at that degree of whatever it was, 345, I think, degrees. So you can see there, that's been created. If we right click on that, we'll see the properties here, 345 degrees. So the way that this thing works, and I'll show you later, is you put in 15 degrees and it will do 345 and 15 for sell trades. Okay, so it sort of flips it around, so your sell trades are like, that angle up there. Right, so let's hit play again, see if we take a trade on this. Here we do, we enter very close to the end of the day. So I haven't got any time filters on this. You could possibly exit some time filters as well. Another trade it takes. And so what it does is, if it finds a sell trade, which it will do here, will do here, then now this becomes redundant. So it basically ignores that. So if it crosses back over this, that's going to be ignored. It's not going to take this we'll take the sell trade, because we haven't got the daily filter on. We haven't got the daily filter on yet. So, or the higher time frame filter. So that sell trade got taken. You can see they closed below, into the sell trade, look for the swing high of the last 10 candles, gave us a buffer, and set our take profit at 100% of that. and away we go. We get stopped out of that one. So then you go, well, do you put the higher time frame filter on? That would have filtered us out of this trade. There's another sell trade, but it would have missed that trade there, which was a good sell trade. And this is only looking for 1-to-1, so that went obviously further than that. We've got a bearish day here, but that doesn't matter because we're going to take whatever trade comes along. So this buy gets taken and the sell gets ignored. We take profit on that, and it keeps going. So we might speed through this, get a couple more trades, and then we'll stop this test here before we'll just stop it at the end of this one. So we got a loss there. So you can see here that, it starts off pretty well. And I think with a bit of manual intervention, you could probably make this into a really good strategy. So that's setting number one. So if we want to stop that, if we then make a slight change to this, we're just going to turn on this daily filter, which is what the recommendation was, turn on the MFI filter and the RSI filter. So we're going to be filtering out trades here. I'm going to make that 50 and 50. So it needs to be, for a buy, it needs to be above 50. For a sell, it needs to be below. And same with the RSI. Everything else is going to stay the same. In fact, yeah, we'll leave everything else the same. We can also, I'll show you at the very end, the ATR stop loss and settings as well. So let's hit start on this and see how this thing goes. So remember, we are... it's a little bit laggy with the video going on as well. We're taking the daily, so we're only going to take buy trades now because we've got the daily filter on, and we're only going to take buy trades if we're above the 50, which is that line there. Okay, so if we see a trend line that doesn't take a trade when it should, that'll be the reason. So let's have a look. I think all of these buys will get taken, and then we've got this last one at the top here. Is that going to, yeah, that's going to be fine. We're going to take that. Oh, yeah, we're going to take that trade there. So I think there's a couple that we can show here, an example of where. So we're now bullish again. So we had a bullish day, so we can only take buys. So I think the sell that we get coming up, and you see here, that was below 50. So because we didn't have both of them above 50, we didn't take that that trade here on this trend line. Okay, was that a mistake? Did we miss out on profit? We may have done, we may not have, but they're both above now. We took a little profit there. And now we're going to get that sell trade here, which we're not going to take because we've got the filter on for buys only. But note that the sell trade, because it's come in, it's deleted the ability to take that buy if we do cross over that again, which I do believe we do here. So we can't take that because it's no longer valid. Would that have been a win? It probably would have been a win. But oh well, those are the breaks. Now another sell, we're not going to take that. So that one was a winner in the first run through. So let's stop that. And so you can see here that sort of filtered out some trades that we might have lost. I think there was that sell trade that we would have lost. So it can be, you need to do much more rigorous testing. And this is only over a couple of days, right? Now, the other thing we're going to test out here is, so if we turn that to true, turn that to false, we're now going to take the ATR exit. Now, we might want to use maybe a 2.5 ATR as our stop. We're looking over, let's go 14 candles. And yeah, so that's going to be 100% of our ATR. Now, why don't we change that and make it 150%? Okay, so this could be interesting. I haven't done this test, so I don't know what it's going to be like. It might be terrible. Let's just hit start and see what happens. So this is your ATR exit, so we should be able to pause this when that trade hits. Okay, so this looks like it's almost the same place as before. So we did get a little more profit though, I believe. Yeah, so if you have a look here, got 16, and then that's not 1-to-1, that's 1.5 to 1. So we got a little more profit out of that. So you can see here, so the swing low here would have had our stop just below that, but our stop is a bit closer because of that ATR. So let's see what happens here. I think we take profit there again. I mean, this is obviously an uptrend, so it's a lot easier for us to take profit. And this last trade, I believe, will get us stopped out because I just don't think it went far enough to give us the 1.5. So we get in, and our stop loss is a little bit wider than it was before. Will it give us this trade? It might do. Oh yeah, it gave us this trade. So we're actually doing really well here. On this $10,000, account, we've got 6.4%, and it's only 2 days in, with some good risk to reward ratio there. Now, there's no trade management here. This one gets stopped out. Yeah, so that's the one we lose because we're too aggressive on the exit. Now, we're not going to take the sell because we're not, so we've still got that daily candle filter on, and just as well because they would have been stopped out if we'd taken it. And this buy here, I believe, is going to get us stopped out. So you can see here the difference anyway. Basically, we are now sort of changing the strategy by adding these filters in. And as I said, there could be some sort of exit management that we add in as well. Like if you did want to trail the stop or trail the stop at a certain point, or something to that effect. Or if you wanted to, do if it crosses back over the moving average or something like that, then, or the moving average is crossed, whatever it is, there's so many things you can do. Basically, if you join my Robot Builders Club, you're going to get access to this month. It is the new robot in the Robot Lab, which you get 3 months access to, and you can tweak it. So you're going to get, you're basically going to be able to go into you're going to get the raw FX Dreamer import file, which means you can go in and you can take this, import it into your own FX Dreamer, and start changing things around. So if you want to change things around to improve things, add things in, you can do all that. All this work has been done for you. Okay, so that's the beauty of being part of the Robot Builders Club membership. And we've got a whole bunch of guys in there doing really well. So if you want to learn how to automate things just like this, and this one here took me, honestly, as I mentioned at the start, maybe an hour to try and get the base of the strategy, half an hour, and then probably another couple of hours to work through all the bugs and make sure it was doing what I wanted it to do. So, folks, that's the strategy, the Swill EA. If you want to get access to it, there's links below. I'll put a link to the strategy page on what's it called, Forex Factory as well, so you can get access to the full thread there if you wanted to look at how these people have improved and changed the strategy. All right, folks, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and maybe you can apply this to your trading in some way, shape, or form. And guys, remember, if you do want to join up to my Robot Builders Club, go and check it out. Links below the video, and I'll happily welcome you on board and teach you how to do this sort of stuff. Last but not least, remember to hit subscribe, hit like, hit the notifications bell, click all to get videos like this in the future, and all the other stuff here on the Trading Nut YouTube channel.